Howdy, folks. That dead meme.
I'm gay.
Hi, Dubs. Welcome to another episode. No more 10-inch black dildos for me. I get it. You want another unboxing. Stop it. You're violating my safe space. Slenderman on Gangnam Style is gonna unbox you. Stop with the unboxings of the pervy things. They are coming for you. Here comes one of the white privilege. Don't say that. He might get offended and rape me. Well, let's see what he does. No, items.
Be
okay, you're not supposed to do that yet. Okay, welcome. Let's start with this thing. So the focus of this stream is mainly going to be on Queeman and Beckett, but since, the title is Intersectional Commentary, there will be many people I will be mentioning. Let's start with something I didn't know about that I think is rather relevant. For that, we have to go to good old President's Sunday / Runzay. Because I didn't know this before. And let me get back to the beginning.
When we got paid by Brianna Wu, she offered a tip, like a donation.
How much?
I think it was like 500. I'd have
You
to
sold your.
What I'm trying to figure out is the tip on top of the video that he got paid for? Or should I say, Jenny Matrix, his silent partner. Not really silent. You just don't see much of her in the videos or know what's a hand in her research is. But let me not dwell too much and let it
Sold the Brianna Wu.
No. She offered more, and I killed all future projects because we actually had an entire series planned on.
Rhyme. But yeah,
you're good, dude. Don't worry about it.
Hold on.
JB, good afternoon. Welcome back.
We'd already made the video.
Paid by that dumb bitch.
And when we got paid by Brianna Wu, she offered a tip, like a donation.
How much?
Yep. Again.
Queen bee.
Yeah. So Beckett did a video paid by Brianna Wu. Progressive Victory has a video also. Actually, Progressive Victory of Brianna Wu paid Wick, something that Beckett brings up every so often. So let's get. Do I have this whole speech planned out? I don't even know. Yeah, I should wait for that particular bit now. But yeah, President Sunday, he got paid. Beckett got paid.
Long. And the content nuke was like an hour.
Yes, this is for the Auggie little section. I am very curious about this particular thing. I might as well start it from the beginning. Good old J Stock. Everyone knows that Auggie sort of joined against the OG commentary guys with Chud Logic, Guiman, blah, blah, blah.
Is blowbacks, y'all, how do you say, is it blowblacks or blowbacks?
It's Bo Blacks.
Bo Blacks.
But in his OnlyFans bio, it's...
Did whoever edit this want to make this person come off as retarded? Probably.
Said blowbacks. Yeah, when you're on one side. That's why we quit the channel. Ultimately, it's just because like it just wasn't like sustainable for growth. I remember like DMing Diorion. I was just like, what the why is everyone supporting this? If Hassan said the same thing, everyone would be up his ass. You know, Hassan said like America deserved 9/11, which I think is actually a much more defensible position than like the Destiny firefighter thing. Dream. It was like the Destiny conversation. There was Bo Blacks. Then there was Kinetic Kel. And it's like, I instigated all three of those conversations.
Dude, the Kinetic Kel shit with Nick, that was awesome.
What the Kinetic Kel stuff was instigated by Auggie. I thought that was Dickers. A video, the Kinetic Kel bully stream. I thought that was fucking Dickers there.
Dude, no, before that, dude, Tommy C, he's a commentary OG. He comes from a different time, you know. He's
sometimes you gotta take the old dog out back.
I have people saying that I need to give him me and Nick need to give him a fireside chat.
That aged rather poorly.
Might be able to get some other people
It's
in
more
too.
this
Hop
part
on.
here.
He has questions if you want. I'm gonna keep doing this until you do hop on though. I think I'm in the Collins channel. Yeah, I'm in the Collins channel.
From a state.
Oh,
Yo, dude,
what's up? How's it going?
Yo, what's going on, man? So I'm like semi-retired from commentary, obviously, and so I don't keep up to date with this stuff like as minute by minute as I used to back in my prime. Let's just put it that way. But so as a result, I haven't seen Ethan Klein's newest video actually, but I've been hearing some like crazy things about the lawsuit. So I'm super confused, right? So Denham's reaction to the content nuke.
Of course, you'd be super confused. You're semi-retired. You're checked out. You go to fucking JStalk. Have you been out it? Has everyone cut you off for like the month? Probably not at this point. At this particular point, Auggie, this was 2 months ago. So we got Auggie with that there. So I'm super confused myself of why he would go to fucking JStalk. When is no one talking to Auggie, or does he want to? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. It's not me playing dumb. It's genuinely just very confusing that he wouldn't go to his friends. He would go to a Twitch poll motherfucker who used to simp for Destiny. And of course, until he turned code and came around on that particular issue there. So yeah,
and the content nuke was like
a bit of a speech, a bit of a ramble, probably at the end of the day. So let me get a little bit
and
of commentary in here. So frankly, I think Tommy C is sort of right. He only sees sort of part of the picture. Frankly, he has other things to do. So do I, but I made YouTube videos. Yeah, this context actually matters. Started out as a hobby. I used to practice writing and editing. Lately, I tried live streaming, but frankly, I never wanted to build an audience. But between all those things, given the crap of the things like Beckett does, the justification for community building, like when the Destiny stuff, which I'm going to sort of touch upon, I believe. Yeah, he was like, yeah, I know I fucked up with a Destiny video, but that's not even what my community wants. So yeah, I'm going to go hard into the ACC so I can sweep for Leo Convoy. Well, maybe not that last part of my paraphrasing of that. Still, I noticed some things that piqued my interest. You see, I wasted money on a digital communications degree. Why my focus was on media production. Again, another reason I did YouTube videos for writing and editing there. There was other classes such as rhetoric, business ethics, that sort of got me interested in the cultural landscape of online content creation. I'm mostly an individualist, so I drift around, but I'm never one of these guys to go lockstep with any particular group. And I thought I would get that out there. It's probably a important context for pretty much how I do things. I'm not going to bore anyone with the details, but getting into this, there's going to be some things that I want to go over. So let's get into this next little bit here. I'm loving it.
Y'all, how do you say, is it blow black?
The only thing I didn't address.
This particular matter here is interesting. I did a little cut. I wanted to attend more, but yeah, here
was the evidence of your behavior in why I'm saying what I'm saying, the pattern of behavior. The other thing is like you pretend not to know everything.
Max Striker Films funded Debate Me or Face the Wrath of Hitler. Very interesting.
Everything when you're in a drama, you play ignorant. Put it all together, circumstantial. I admit that's the evidence.
If it isn't clear from the visuals, I found that super chat to be rather interesting, especially since I can't find much about this Max Striker Films online. And this is Beckett's Copen Seed with some help from Max Striker Films. Hellbent.
I mean, I pulled into drama, Cherry, that I'm not a part of.
Yeah, I cut off that edit a little bit soon. So Max Striker Films, silent partner. I'm wondering who that person is. They came up in Queeman's sort of. That was the dog whistle that Willie Mack was talking about. Same person. It could be someone using the same name. Not necessarily them, but given all the context, I'm thinking it is the same person all the time. I could be wrong there.
That like 10 of them all joined at once, and my own mod was running over to tell Queeman and J-Stock I timed them out. Hellbent didn't say anything. Hellbent talked to... why am I included here? Hellbent didn't talk to me. Hellbent was not my chat. Queeman told me that this happened like hours earlier. Leave me out of your problems with Queeman, Nicholas. Your problems are with Queeman. Stop trying to attack me.
Attack me. J-Stock, last night, where's this from? You're pulling this up on a fucking stream? Last night, 10 of them. I don't fucking know the context to this. It looks like something from a Discord. Why are you presenting this? The sort of logic that, oh, someone in a Discord, these guys bring this stuff to them. It's fucking insane. It's the sort of insane culture that Spurgs engage in the commentary community. Why are these Twitch poll dipshits engaging with the Spurg? The sort of Spurgs here. Do they not have this? Oh, they're all Spurgs, maybe. I don't know about that particular matter, but
I'm not involved, actually. I'm literally not involved at all. My editor...
Yeah, he's being attacked by Nicholas Diorio. J-Stock, you're such a victim, man. Sorry, Nicholas is coming so at you by lumping you in with Queeman. I am so sorry for you.
Editor doesn't like you. I can't help that, okay?
It's saying Diorio is manually timing out people mentioning Queeman and Chud.
Quite an interesting figure in commentary. Diorio... I would get rid of Hellbent as a mod. I don't know why the fuck he would keep her. Okay, she's definitely... Maybe she's playing both sides. You don't know. Maybe Auggie and all these people, maybe they're just doing an op. I'm not a big fan of ops. Okay, if anyone knows about that.
In his chat. Not a great look. Well, why is Hellbent leaking? That's not very nice, is it, Hellbent? Really?
Even Magnadar was really curious about this. Yeah, I cucked that. Fuck off. Yeah, when I was looking for Max Striker Films, anything about them?
Yeah, headless.
I have no fucking clue. Obviously, she's known in the Twitch poll community, but for me, I don't have a clue about that. Same thing with Beckett. Maybe he didn't hide the fact. It is up on the President Sunday sort of segment there, which... I found by accident, but it's not well known that he got paid by Brianna Wu. Did he just get a tip for that first hit piece on Demon Mama, or was it more? Because I don't fucking know. It's really fucking weird.
Yeah, headless.
These sort of connections that end up coming along here.
Yeah, headless chicken running away.
Okay, a couple of Tommy C things here.
The black cat. All right, let's go into this stuff. I want you to actually, you know what I want you to notice? I want you to notice the date. The date is the 18th. It's been 4 days. It's how many days has it been since Willie's video? Can you check that real quick?
Yeah, I'll double check it really quick. My internet's a bit slow here, but just loading. Okay. It has been 1 week, 7 days.
1 week, 7 days. So this came out 4 days ago. All right. Put a one in the chat if you've noticed that the tiny bit of backlash has not gone up. It hasn't gone anywhere. It hasn't done anything. They've tried to go after Willie, then they turned it on Nick, and Nick, they both said, no, go screw. Go make a video. No one's going to do it because it's going to look like an idiot coming up with semantic bullshit, and everything would have to defy common sense. Have you noticed that? Am I the only one? Am I alone in this world? Yeah.
Yes, they waited until they could frame it as them being attacked. That seems to be the tactics that they like to take. They like to poke until they get a reaction. Then they make it out like they're the victims for the other people coming after them. And yeah, can't 100% prove it, but circumstantial data can be used to see. And personally, I understand Tommy C's perspective on all of this. As I said before, maybe I didn't say it here, but I think he misses a lot due to his format, his awareness, and a couple of other things. But when a man's right, he's right. He was right with the Mama Max thing that really changed the YouTube commentary landscape here. And yeah, he does have a few people sort of fetching information for him. Simp Man seems like the biggest one. I think Vault did it a little. There's probably others. I think I even threw him a bone here or there. Who the fuck knows? Speaking of that in particular, this sort of thing. Yeah, let me just go to the sort of tweet that he was talking about. So don't want to steal his content. Transformative nature. Let me pop this up and play the shit here. Same thing.
Ally for a long time. He's watched pretty much, I think, all of his videos on stream. He was saying how Willie Mack was mistreated by people recently. And now Willie Mack has put out an absolute fucking gutter tier shit video. And Nicholas doesn't want to watch it on stream.
Has Nick done all of this? That's the thing I don't know. Proof, Chud? Proof? Is Queeman community. You want to act like a fucking victim. Willie Mack didn't even bring up spicy chat. Okay, he talked about Queeman. If you don't want to be seen as sort of defending him, when Willie didn't even bring this up in his video and twist it how he did, it just doesn't make sense with this, unless it's an optics play. That's a lot of YouTube in general.
Feels a bit like, hang on a minute, like you've been fucking shilling this guy, and now he's done something which should absolutely be criticized. Your boy Auggie is in the fucking firing line. Like, I don't know, man. It just feels a bit like recusing yourself from this is wild to me, and it's disappointing.
Disappointing.
Willing to hold his friend to task for what is, I think,
his friends to task.
It's obvious that it goes against.
But you won't hold Queeman to task. You will excuse his bad actions, Chud. That's 100% correct. Why? I had a whole section. And I'm going to sort of do. Hence why the Willie Mack video, he said, hypocrite hunt. Okay, yes. Queeman acts like commentary should be the police or the FBI of the internet, that they have to track it down. Otherwise, it's corruption or they're compromised. Yet, they can't even fucking police what goes on in their own Discord half the time, okay? And the term they use is sweep, sweep, sweep. How's this not sweeping and just turning around like, well, you did this? It's called a whataboutism at the end of the day. Part one of my video was definitely mocking Dickers, pretending he did some deep digging. And that, again, it's not 100% that it's Queeman's audience, but I think it's pretty close. It's enough evidence to say that Dickers didn't do his due diligence, and anyone saying there's absolutely no evidence, they have a black and white view of the world. They'll pass the buck to other people and try to use social pressure to push them to do things, act beforehand, why their fucking dumbasses really look like clowns. Okay, like if Queeman came onto the stream later and asked me for example of how he's doing any of this, I would point out his narrative about Willie Mack being compromised has no evidence to back that up. And recent events prove that narrative to be a load of BS, pretty much. So why does Willie Mack need 100% bulletproof evidence for his claim that Queeman's community is somehow involved in it? There is certainly circumstantial data to back it up. But at the end of the day, they don't care about evidence. They really don't. They care about an angle where they can come at these guys from. It's just ridiculous in so many fucking different ways. Yeah, and somehow Queeman and many others don't need proof why Willie's compromised. And Queeman's claim that he doesn't believe in no bad tactics, only bad targets, or whatever the fuck, then what is the need to pressure Willie? I'm sorry. What's the need to pressure Nick to respond to Willie's video? You're seeing the same being done here by Chud at the end of the day. Again, why should he fucking be forced to do any of this shit at the end of the day? And they call all the shit lies. And there's a certain point, I'm going to come back to it. Post hoc rationale. I'm going to hold off on that. Yeah. I'm going to hold off on the aid and stuff or right for the second. It's not on screen, so why am I talking about that shit there? So back into this. Share this tab instead. I'm McMadden it. And at the end of the day, let's just get back into this stuff here. What did I have?
I was skinny as a board when I was his age.
Oh, no, this is dating stuff. Maybe I didn't set this up quite as precisely as I wanted to, or maybe I was looking at this. This is what I really want. So maybe I will get into dating stuff on a different angle here. So I do want to highlight this. It's not rock solid proof, but I like little claims from the community. I was admittedly skeptical of Willie's claim at first. I was skeptical of Chud Logic. I was skeptical of Tommy C's. Me personally, I'm not talking about this guy. Puddle Pizza. I was skeptical of Tommy C. I don't trust Chud Logic. I haven't watched him in a while. I just didn't see it. And he pointed out, and I did some things. I was skeptical. I went in to verify it. Hell, Queeman and Aiden both came into the stream. I was going over seeing that. Of course, probably just have their fun because they do bad stuff. It's a joke. Other people do bad stuff. It's a lie. The double standards of that, the sort of I don't even know what to call it, the modern Bailey sort of tactic. And it creates this sort of snitch. There's like the snitch culture going around, like the secret police, or Tommy C would probably see it as Stalin Russia. I would use the comparison because I don't think it's political. I think it's more, well, it is sort of political, of course, but it's more about the more liberty-minded people, liberalism versus people who don't believe in authoritarian versus those who actually believe in freedom. And the ones who are sort of authoritarian, or should I say illiberal, are willing to go through extremes like bad empanada, or like Hassan and other people excusing the bad actions of bad empanada. Back to this. But now, after finally seeing the evidence, I believe he was well in his rights to call out Queeman's viewers. It's incredibly dishonest for these lowlifes to toss the word community, something I brought up they'll use as an excuse for why they don't do stuff. But somehow Nick, as the leader of the commentary community, I guess is how they want to frame it, will go at him with it. When Willie explicitly says that his docs originated from Queeman viewers, and last I checked, viewers, community members aren't mutually exclusive. True. At worst, you can say Willie's wording maybe could be misinterpreted as a way to paint Queeman's entire viewer base as a bunch of unhinged doxers. Yeah, I can see that perspective. And at the end of the day, it's probably just a few of them that does the instigating. Hell, Abby Blackbird's within that audience, which I found very interesting. And I'll have a little side tangent about Salvo, because Tommy's sort of wrong. I hate this comparison, but I see this as sort of like cells, terrorists, Antifa, guerrilla tactics. They're not connected, but they are connected. Spicy Chat seems to be a meetup spot for them, and I don't know why. They don't hide it very well. Oh, well. But how is that his fault exactly? The statement he made was 100% factual. I would say 88% factual. I wouldn't give it 100%. And it's being spun into something else because their narrative would fall apart otherwise. I do agree with that. They're still pursuing the compromise narrative that I completely and utterly sort of dealt with in the one video these guys out of this sort of circle, as Tommy would put it, of mine that they didn't cover from me. So I find that interesting. I'll probably bring it up at a certain point. So also about the Aiden Perry thing, I've only seen a handful of the guy's streams. I actually asked Perry to go on his stream. He had this really weird video. I looked at the comments. They were like, is this satire? Is this parody? I'm like, no, this is like some meta commentary bullshit, I think. Maybe not. I went on to ask him about it. He just was pretty much like throwing out, like, your speech with that. Wait, yeah, you're retarded. Like, why the fuck do you guys find all this crap funny? Like calling people pedophiles. Let me not get too off of this. Handful of this guy's streams, just based on that alone, I could immediately tell this guy's a total nutcase. Like, he literally interviewed I didn't know about this, victim of abuse, Brad X Tina, and asked her for some of the most death tone questions out there. Did you sleep around with your roommate? Like, what the fuck? And I get it. I'm not a fan of guilt by association either. I'm not either. And something have at least backbone to not hang around with people morally opposed to what you believe. Yeah. You can even talk to them. It's generally ends up to be a mistake, as I found out. Someone who doesn't even believe in the same worldview you do, or bullies lie about it just to get the own on you. I would never associate with people who make false allegations for lulz. And yeah, they do. They treat real victims like garbage. Some of them do. Yeah, I know. I didn't know about that one. Sorry about this whole everything's open season. Its culture. Philosophy flies in the face of what the CZ used to stand for. I would like to think that. People like to rewrite it and be like, it's always been this way. Like Salvo. He wants people to believe that it was never any good at it. Me remembers when Aiden and Auggie both went scorcher on Flamenco, maybe? When he made... No, I have no clue. Did he get it? It's just a joke pass. No. So therefore, none of these people calling and blah, blah, blah. Okay. That's what I really wanted for. Yeah, you can watch.
What's he going to look like when he's mine?
You're saying that I'm not allowed to bring up private stuff like that, but if you wanted to bring that up,
Yeah, I don't particularly want to cut the content. And I have a particular bit here, which, yeah, I take notes, check notes. That's a meme, but I literally having a few things. But yeah, there's a clear campaign to put social pressure on these people, especially if they go against the narrative. It's black and white, binary, 0 or 1. Okay, you have to be for or against and completely. If you're not, they make you out as if you're crazy. They will. It's pretty much gaslighting. There's a lot of gaslighting going on if you pay attention to where they can get away with it. On smaller people, they do these gaslighting tactics, it seems like. But if you fall for it, according to Queenman, you're stupid and probably deserved it. It is probably the way he justifies doing that in his little mind. Side tangent, it's a little similar to what I covered in Smashed AT. And I understand why that works. Alyssa Mercante is not a very likable person. In commentary terms, she spurgs out a lot. Also, she might genuinely be crazy. BP, I think I said by her profile, she's histrionic more than narcissist. That's probably more like Smashed AT. But so are many of the people who joined Smash in his campaign against the cringy, weird leftist who has a simp boner for Hassan. Okay. At the end of the day, Tommy C is right about them trying to attack credibility. And it ties in well with this particular matter here. So now I will be getting into the date and stuff. Let me make sure this tab is shared up in here. Like this here. Okay, we have Dickers who vindicated this. Notice how he, so this is to this. Smaggles, Notice how this reply pivoted to Chud Logic. I don't fucking care about you, Smaggles. Yeah, you did good on Mama Max once, but notice how he never went live yesterday and he said he would. Haha, this is evidence that he's seen is 100% is just gonna be notorious retard Vincent Martin's video. Did that happen, Dickers? No. The argument that the account which posted Willie's docs that replied to Stranger Me, yeah, what? No, it's not an argument that the person who doxed Willie Mack was replying to Stranger Me. What's your counter to it? He didn't even give it. Yeah, I didn't think. Let's see this guy. This guy might, he's probably a bit of a spurg himself. He's doing some A-logging of these guys also. Dickers, it seems like your research is flawed as your understanding of what constitute an argument, let alone reputation. So you throw my name into a list, suggest that Vincent Martin, who you so elegantly described as notorious retard, should tune into me, cope and see, then understand his own reputation. I don't. I criticize these guys. I think they are just fucking making content, and that's fine, but I don't have to fucking listen to them. Let's establish the framework here. Are we discussing actual reputation or merely a popularity contest among those who share your insular views? My contention is simple. You cannot simultaneously dismiss Vincent Martin as blah blah blah, then point to his video as 100%. I think he's misunderstood. What is your point in bringing that up? Blah blah blah. No response. Lack of reach, then sarcastically apologizing for your flaw research as follower counts dictates the validation of a person's existence or arguments. I understand why you guys consistently confuse sheer numbers with substance. This is much better than anything. I just fight with these guys. I don't take them seriously. Is this your stance on evidence and reputation? Then what about consistency? Your demand for proof without using I'm not quite sure of that. In one breath, present a list of names. Yeah, it's guilt by association. He's just going to use the notorious retard. I get called retard by a lot of really retarded people. Okay, it's just goes off of it. I find it funny at this point in time. But yeah, I didn't even see that. Interesting. So let's get into this. Yeah, laundry list of lies. They back each other up. They do not communicate very well with anyone at the end of the day. Yeah, sorry, not restarting from the beginning. Okay, I'm gonna assume we got a troll and I got limited time, so I'm gonna get back into this. So sorry, I am not just gonna listen and believe to the chatters. I got a thing. We got Del Tor. However you suck, I can say this. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm just beat. Maybe I'm too quick on the gun. Maybe I'm too quick on jumping the gun too quickly. But I'm trying to get through with this. I have a life. I understand.
Aiden's a fucking idiot as well. I don't understand why.
And I'm probably slightly sick.
You know, I've said I think parry is just kind of a weird.
Yes.
And I just don't understand why you would allow someone that level of access to your computer. It's extremely naive.
It's idiotic. You know? It's insane.
Who's parry? Good question. Another reason why it's not really worth talking about at length. Good question.
I agree with Chud here. 100%. Okay, we got that. We got this. I'm not going to use that. Sorry about the end of the day. Okay, we got this at the end of the day. So here we got here. Just might as well get this all
hero,
out.
And then he's like, I have to. Yeah, and then he plays hero, and then he's like, I have to take everyone out. No, you're just like, when he says I'm taking people out, it's just upholding the standards that he's set for.
Queeman. I had a whole video about the standards. It's the one video, well, that I don't think you covered, man, of mine. Okay, it seems rather strange because he covered this particular one here. He got my more satirical one here. This one. I don't think he covered just the robot one. Oh, did I not add this in? No, it's not part of the list. He covered the part one of the commentary community's civil war. I put quotation marks because, yeah, tourists or evaders, Twitch poll. But it's an intersectional view of these particular things. But at the end of the day, this video, no one covered. I think a few people did, but I'm not sure who.
Let's bring up
about creators, maybe commentary. I went over the standards, what I established as the standards of commentary. And I'm just going to include it here as a totality here, the Queeman section. You can watch it on your own if you really want to. Oh, yeah, the whole West Side Tyler bit. Might as well put it here.
Is likely compromised, aside from his associates from the Twitch poll scene like Queeman and President Sunday. There's also his involvement with the ACC, but there's another element to make me think he's compromised even more than that, such as...
I wasn't actually seriously making the argument here. This is a very tongue-in-cheek. I'm saying that there's more of an argument that Beckett is compromised. And I'm trying to get into this very tongue-in-cheek sort of video here. Here's the section I want to put into this stream here for posterity.
He didn't. And I said
yeah.
it was a solid guy. Nick believed, or I believed. I told Nick, and that was like the 6th of January. Listen, Nick's my friend. He is a really fucking solid guy, and I would die on a hill for him.
I also go with this whole sort of friendship, weaponized friendships. Okay. Utilize friendships within here. Okay. Yeah, I'll let this play a little bit longer while I check my notes.
I don't like this narrative that I in some way was like, oh yeah, no, Nick needs to be in the video. He didn't. And I said it would cause issues if he was.
Besides the obvious one.
See, I'm still unclear. From everything I've seen, I believe Nick got in contact via Beckett. Beckett told him that, oh, Sunday's doing this Destiny stuff. You should talk to him. And then after that sort of blew up in his face, you got that sort of thing there. But yeah.
In any case, I thought I would ask Queeman in the DMs. You recently claimed that Willie Mack is compromised because his Hassan video relies heavily on Destiny's community. Okay. And Destiny's perspective for research and backing. What is the evidence you have to back up that claim of yours? Of course, Queeman didn't get back to me because this is pure fanfic material. I'm sure he would give plenty of other excuses, but
okay, and that's good enough for that. Again, you can watch the whole thing. A little tongue-in-cheek is involved in all my videos. I try to keep my streams a little bit serious and throw a few things in here to try to maintain entertainment, but I sort of suck at that, so don't get your hopes up at the end of the day. So we got this here. We got another pinned tweet. I don't know if that's what I wanted. I don't know why this is in the list. Let's just let it play and I'll let it go. I'm sure there's a reason. Yeah. Sorry.
I don't know. LawTube can figure
Only
that
gave
out.
it a few
3,
seconds
if something
where
were
I
to
missed
come out
that.
of this, I don't know if I'd want to wipe everything and not have something to turn over to the authorities. If hypothetically, whenever a political creator is about to give a hypothetical,
Anyone know what Tracy Lords is in the chat? You know what Tracy Lords is? Gina?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what she did?
Yeah, sorry. Limited time, Greg.
Yeah.
Limited
Do
time.
you want me to say, or are you gonna say?
I'll say it. Tracy Lords is a porn actress, late 70s. She did most of the porn between the ages of 14 and 17.
How does this? Okay, I was clearly idiotic for bringing this up and including this in. But the important part is the compromised narrative falls apart recently because Willie Mack reported fucking Destiny to the police because he suspected Destiny had CP on his computer. It seems like he was just trying to go with the facts and trying to look at it.
Let's see.
Oh God. Yeah, mistake.
in a situation I've
verifies age, but it doesn't. Remember that, Willie? Remember when Kelly was trying to explain to you that there's a lot of reason to believe that girl was actually underaged? And you said, no, that sounds retarded. And also Tinder verifies age. And
he didn't do it until he had 100%. Like, if Queeman had his way, while he's fucking crying and whining about being slandered, he would have came out with this before he was 100% sure.
Tommy, you're wrong. He's baiting the slander. Okay, that is clear bait. You weren't baited. You were the laugh track of baited. You should know bait when it happens. I'm mostly on the OG commentary, guys. Gray. Of course I would. The complete lack of standards. I understand the utility of having comedy within all this stuff here, but at the end of the day, you have you need rules so you can bend them. Break them all the time. What's the fun of that? Okay, rules are meant to be broken, but just like you weaponizing them. Yeah.
Stevie said she's got the Tinder, so. You sound like a stupid bitch, Kelly, actually. Remember that bit about this past video? Remember that?
I would really like to see this guy call anybody a stupid bitch to their face. I wonder how that would go, Mr. Muppet Hair.
Guys, when Willie said that, because he's totally willing on multiple occasions to accept.
He's literally trying to turn this into still Willie's compromised.
Yeah.
He's still trying to do it.
He has to. He wants to remain consistent in his standards, but he's going to absurd lengths. I can actually appreciate it on an absurd level, but it hurts my head from a logical standpoint.
I just went to the cops.
Oh God!
Went to the cops as soon as he found out the girl might be a minor.
Yep.
You can't sell it anymore. You know why? Because he looks stupid. J-Stalk looks stupid. I'm slandered. Sounds like the SJW types from 2015. Every time like a Thunderfoot would fire back. All these women, everybody's he's trying to kill me now. Get the fuck out of here.
I agree with Tommy.
Incredibly.
See, as I said, I align with Tommy on this particular thing. I think there's a couple of details he gets wrong, which they weaponize against him. But then they're like, "Oh, you're slandering them." Why? They're for the last 6 months they've been relentlessly finding whatever they can. You can watch these Tommy C's if you want to. I would love to condense a lot of this stuff down for my actual video, but that's going to take some more time than I actually realized I could. Okay. So here's what I want to do. We do a slight tangent here. Okay.
Conspiratorial thinking.
Okay. The glitch poachers thing here. I just want to establish this at the end of the day. Because this is interesting, a sort of connection here.
Rather than attack the content in the video, you come up with a scenario where somebody else is telling you how to make the video.
Okay, so for context, in this particular matter, because I've been following this for a while, and I should have put a timestamp here. I had this before. Okay, I think this is the best place here. You could watch it in Willie's video. What gets described as the 4-in-1 debate. It started with Beckett and Queeman getting Willie Mack to come at him. So this glitch poachers guy, which I'll get into in a moment.
You're fucking absolutely outraged. You put this goddamn video together. It would be a lot better to say you're doing PR for a predator, and at the same time, I hope I'm wrong. What a phony you are. What a complete piece of crap. You're just a total dishonest, bad faith jerk off. No more fair reporting. Kangaroo courts. More guilt by association. Exactly.
This is just Willie Mack putting out a press release for Destiny. To be fair, in the clip that Willie shared, Queeman, one of the people who Destiny threatened, said that the person who tweeted out that clip, Yeet, needs to be stomped into the dirt.
Yeah, another reason why it's funny. And you know what? At least was Queeman bitching and moaning and pretending? I'd like to know that. Was Queeman acting? Was he doing that the left wing trick where he is like, oh my god, how could he say that? Blah blah blah. I don't even think he would do that. Am I wrong? Chat.
See, like this is where I disagree with Tommy. It's not a left wing trick, as I pointed out. Sargon of Akkad put out 10 rules for radicals. Not saying it didn't come from the left wing ideas, the sort of 12 rules for radicals. People should read them and identify those, in my personal opinion. I did that with my first tongue-in-cheek video on Queeman.
Did he try to play victim over this thing? No, only one of you jackasses know.
This is going to come up, so maybe I should. So we have this context. Maybe I should have gotten Willie's video.
Feel absolutely kicked into the dirt.
I think
you can watch either Glitch Poacher's video or Willie's video for the full context on here. I can't do it justice within the stream. I'm sort of trying to connect the dots. Okay, so we come back to this because I've been you know, on the outskirts of the commentary.
No one else.
I don't care because I don't care. I just don't care. Well, but I don't care. Oh, I don't care if you think it's right. I just don't give a dude.
So, something new. Occasionally there's a video that comes along that sparks something that's already in my head. Back when he was under 2K, okay, I've been watching him. I watched a couple of his streams. I met him on Salvo's Discord, okay. I was interested in Salvo for a different reason. I'd like these chaotic people and see what they were doing. I was wondering how long he would get away with doing the shit in commentary. I'm not going to go too deep in that. But yeah, Glitch Poachers. And in this case, it's Nicholas Double Stuff Oreo being covered by this guy, Glitch Poachers. Now, if you put off by his actual look and voice because he sounds too much like President Sunday and could be related to him. Okay, enough of that. This is a tongue-in-cheek video also. See, Glitch Poachers right here, 2 years ago. I definitely see where he is now. Glitch Poachers.
Oh, it's distributed.
He took sort of the hit for this. So in his particular video, Did he include this sort of debate? I'm curious. Probably not. Get the full context for it. He didn't include the Beckett sort of thing. Okay, the Beckett debate. Okay, which actually popped up in my first video on Queeman. So I'm all around the sound there, or something like that at the end of the day. Getting off track.
Answer that question.
Okay, so getting off track. So let's get back into this. Tommy C, interesting enough. I want to highlight this particular matter here. New commentary. It's not just the Twitch poll invaders or tourists, no matter what you want to really put it. It's all the people that Tommy C has pissed off. A lot of them are coming together. There's a lot of Nick haters like McMad. There's not really a lot of Willie haters, believe it or not. Okay, lyrics. Rising Young Star in commentary for a while until he got sick of it for some reason. I don't blame him. He's doing music stuff. So we got this here.
So, nobody can judge me now.
The ratio, dude. Did he?
How is Farmer Fletcher doing?
Yeah, let's see. Yo, Larry,
Okay.
Larry, can I get a follow on Twitter? That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
send
think.
him a follow on.
Oh God, he can't really do that though. He's always gone hard and has done dumb stuff. I mean, yeah, I understand why he puts people off. Tommy C. Okay, I have issues. He's hit or miss for me. Okay,
On Twitter, dude. Yo, what's up, dude?
Wait,
hello.
Yo, hello.
Yo.
Wait, were you saying something? Wait, what?
Everyone's
Yeah,
here.
Sub to him. He's getting up to like 20K like up there. He's doing really well for himself. Oh my God, it's this autistic motherfucker that's been gaslighting me and shit.
See, fellow autistic people.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait until he's
One
mute.
more question. Oh,
No,
shit, I was
I-
supposed to call Dumpy tonight. Fuck.
No,
He like asked me to call.
See, I'm just sort of highlighting this conversation here. These younger guys, especially someone like Grimsy, it's all about numbers for them. It's all about numbers. And even for the bigger guys, sometimes it's about numbers. Auggie earlier was talking about he didn't see the growth for his channel. That's why he dipped out. There's probably multiple reasons. He brought up the call between him and Willie Mack. What was it in particular? Yeah, Salvo sort of trolling him, doxing him, all that crap. I gotta correct. I don't know if Salvo doxed. He did something with a family member of Auggie, if I remember correctly. But yeah, he was definitely, Salvo was disturbing everyone, especially Xylee. Xylee was especially disturbed by Salvo. He was pissing everyone off. And Queeman is sort of doing the same thing.
Yeah, what's up,
Dude,
buddy?
gaslighting you throughout the
Fuck!
whole show.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up for a second. Shut up! Shut up! I'll fucking mute you, motherfucker. I'm muting this. All right, lyrics.
okay.
Just say it. I got him muted
I'll
right
take
now.
that with a grain of salt.
No, because I just wanted to like see like where the community is or of like other people. Because you almost have like 20K, right?
Yep,
I was getting there and then I got fucked, dude. I was getting like 1,500, 2,000 subs a month. I was doing pretty well.
Yeah,
And
so I'm
then,
just trying to see like little
Okay.
upcoming or like guys that are like could like potentially fill the new roles of
Yeah.
our community. So I'm just
Check
trying to see where we're going. But unfortunately, I mean, I know what you're talking about, and with the censoring thing, you don't want to be censored. And no, I respect that too. And it's
Lyrics had a good fucking balance. Okay. I really think he just got tired of the community. Okay. His community within this.
that seems like it's the climate though, which is like make videos if you want.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I know how to get away with it.
Get
but,
away with
I got
it?
back from college and like I was really burnt out with YouTube because of like all the bullshit. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna be myself and fucking.
Yeah, that's what you should be sometimes. Being yourself, being genuine is what most YouTube viewers want. Okay.
Say whatever the fuck I'm watching. I'm literally fucking disabled. Fuck you.
The
One
Parlo
thing
stuff.
that I've noticed with
He
the
took the
censorship,
autism
which
test and
about
started playing
things
that
that
up.
you still have to dance around, very genuine manner. It's like there are definitely still some certain things that you still have to dance around.
Yeah, you can't say shit, bro. Especially Anissa Joma and iDubbbz. Those fuckers. I fucking got my Twitter locked for saying some real shit about iDubbbz. And then
Okay, this is probably too much of a tangent. Okay. I just wanted to sort of establish this sort of newer generation here. So, yeah, he leaked Augie's phone number. Well, we'll take that with a grain of salt there. I could believe it. It's been so long. It's been so long. I would have to brush up on my
Cherry.
So I wanted to get to this. Lyrics, he's out. Okay.
The consistent low quality and the questionable stuff that you got up to in all of our
doing to this guy. And honestly, like, you know, all I guess
bud.
I like this video from Liquid Sonic. I thought it was a good.
Tommy C moved to Journey and continues to broadcast the bar content to this day with 14-year-olds, I believe.
I like it.
That was the allegation that was already proven, I'm pretty sure. On to that, I don't know why people are just shitting and slandering on this guy for no reason. Brandroid, thanks for the $2. Nick is a beautiful man. Nick Lips, Patrick Star for the 2. Tommy C has Riz like. Okay, I already read that. Thank you. Very good stuff, guys. We're 3 out of 5 on the goal. All right, let's move this Willie Mack show stuff. Oh yeah, first and foremost, before that though, apparently Destiny said on stream that he's going to.
Okay, I'm going over this because Lyrics got out of commentary real quickly, but he took down his kinetic Cal. There was a whole bunch of crazy with kinetic Cal stuff that I'm going to give what I remember because it was fucking gone. Everything about kinetic Cal, Dicker's kinetic Cal bully stream, and some other things, which I remember watching on Lyrics' channel. And I was in contact with ZV at the time, and I'm like, why the fuck did you do this, dude? I was trying to get information from ZV or Veriquay, or as Gilded Pooh likes to call him, Vicky.
To be issuing a response like next week, like a full flat out response, more than what he's already done. So I saw this. Destiny reveals he will say his piece about everything, likely next week. Chatter also asked if he watched the latest Willie Mack video about his serious allegations. Willie Mack was the only person that reached out to me for chat. So obviously, Willie Mack show made a video about Destiny, talking about how he confronted Destiny.
And just to let you know, I don't have the clip pulled up, but Willie Mack has been consistent on that standard that you should reach out, or at least attempt to reach out to get their side of it. Of course, Destiny would try to spin it his way, and I think Willie Mack actually handled that mostly well, as far as I'm concerned.
Destiny or whatever.
I want to preface this video.
I saw most of this video already. A lot of it is just rehashing stuff that we've already went over, so I'm not watching this whole thing. But I will go over like the relevant parts, and then
that actually sucks if that happens. I haven't been keeping up with her. Okay. Yeah, she's cringy. Yeah, she's a ladder climber. Okay. But at the end of the day, I don't wish ill will on the woman. Okay. I'm going to have a part of her video here. I thought it was good. She's still a ladder climber. A lot of these people are, though. Okay.
Apparently get a conversation and debate with people afterwards. I think it was Queeman and Beckett. So, but first and foremost, let me see this clip.
Chat.
Heard that here?
No, Lyrics. I want. This is what I came for you too.
Did they rebrand? Let me take a look. I could just be wrong. Solely me.
Oh come on! I clipped. I did not have the right timestamp here.
Now she's gonna have to spend another 6 months building her sets.
Okay. Fucking hell.
To Willie Mack's.
I'm not built for the stream.
Like, I don't know anyone who cares about Uridite.
President Sunday.
Mad that Willie didn't mention them and their retarded rabbit holes. Refresh the tweet has way more likes now. Oh yeah, no worries, man. I'll make you look good. Yeah.
What? Oh God, I'll make you look good. That's the sort of logic.
I had 50 more likes. Okay, cool stuff.
Oh God.
Yeah, be sure to like this tweet, guys, for Alex Gekmo.
Right.
Here's a funny clip, Willie W. So to give us a quick preview on what we're looking at, what is this clip right here?
You only have secondhand information.
Yeah,
right?
but this is. But hold on. That but I don't know how fair that is because Straight Raid is not just some random secondary source. She's also not somebody who's just saying something randomly. She's somebody who's clearly has the evidence to back up what she's saying.
Beckett sucks.
Why is she?
Do people hate Beckett?
Leaking it to you, bro, or to Sunday? That should be a fucking red flag there, right?
Well, I think it is. I think it is a question. I think it is a question.
And
to ask.
you don't look for the answer? That's insane.
Well, hold on. I don't know if that's fair because like there's an after point there where like sure we can look into like their.
I mean, you literally agreed with me on this, so I find it odd.
No, I don't. Hold on. I think even with our conversation, I talk about Straight Raid in a very different way, because I don't think it's just Straight Raid as a random person going, oh, I heard a rumor.
No, you say she has bad intentions.
Well, yeah.
Based on off-the-record stuff.
Yeah, I do think that. But also, like, that's something that comes clear later. And again,
what the? It's been a while since I watched this. Okay, Beckett, you're getting. She's not anyone. You're using her info. Okay, sorry. It just my brain uploaded there.
Like, well, I know that's exactly more reason why you should try and get more context around that.
Look at this.
So is the main thing that Beckett didn't reach out to people? Is that the main thing? Okay, I just got to watch the original sections.
Sure, like, but I'm asking for like really basic research, and you guys act like it's so hard. That's fucking crazy. I'm not asking for anything. Like the bar is not high. The bar is very low.
Hold on. Okay, so let's see. So okay, let's just get into this though. Let's get into the core of it. So let's take a look. So the relevant parts of this Willie Mack show video I want to go over is not the intro, not this part. His co-host sweeping, that's Erudite, Destiny's horrible response. No. Dan sweeps for Destiny. He's always been, it's like, oh, when Willie, so like, what?
I want to comment farther until he's.
I can't comment on this until I feel comfortable that me and associated parties have resolved our issues and are past any litigation. So the same thing to all of these. Like a lot of this is going to be unsatisfying, but other people have decided to go the litigation route. So my hand.
Yes, he clarifies. I'm aware that these answers are super unsatisfying, and it sucks. It looks super guilty for me to respond this way, and even this might be saying too much. But any statement that I make could become part of.
I mean, dude, this guy is so fucking cringe. What? Who is he fooling with this? What is even the game here? Of saying it looks super guilty for me to respond this way. He is self-admitted and shown screenshots,
and he did the same recently with Willie Mack.
This is already known that he sent it without consent. Like, bro, this is just so fucking cringe.
Yeah,
this is so cringe, man.
It's extremely cringe. Okay, yeah, I agree with the take that actually I had to take earlier. That fucking Destiny comes across as a psychopath. Okay, I don't know if he was born that way. Functionally, he's a psychopath / sociopath, at least from his presence online. And that's what I judge people from. I don't know him personally, so I can only give my take based on what I see of them on social media and how they interact with other people. And Queeman almost seems like a Zoomer version, well, an asexual Zoomer version of Destiny with a lot of his things.
Sending it privately without the girl's consent to other women. That's all the important parts. That's the only important part. And the reason why you were able even to be hacked and it was sent out publicly was because of the fact that you sent it without consent. So that's all.
Foreseen to me right now. And there's a possibility.
I feel bad for this guy's lawyer.
That I say something that feels true, but ends up not being true in the future.
I feel worse for his lawyer now. At the end of the day,
because honestly, what is he supposed to do? Incriminate himself? He's going to let the legal process play out. So
he just did with you, Willie Mack. Oh, watching this in retrospect, it's hilarious.
Destiny, if there was any.
What does that point mean? Wait, was that a satire point from Willie Mack show?
Maybe.
I disagree with this. This is a similar thing that Dan was saying. I disagree with this at all. Like, if you're genuinely trying to show some accountability, I don't know. I think you should own up to your shit. I think when you're just undoubtedly guilty of something, and especially when like your public perception,
you can watch
public
this video,
personality
it's still up.
is dependent on your credibility and you being like open
Yeah,
and honest about
credibility is
shit.
important.
If you did,
They never even tried to reach out. Yet they were the ones who posted videos outing the
too as well between the camps of Spondyle and Alex Gekma. What's going on there?
In fact, they were actively working against their best interests. In comes President Sunday and Beckett. Neither of these people had direct contact with Destiny, Kyla, Pixie, or anyone else involved in this story. They never even tried to reach out, yet they were the ones who posted videos outing the whole thing.
Yeah, so I agree with this. I agree.
They never
and I covered the President Sunday fuck up side of things. I never even paid attention to Beckett's video. I never even watched Beckett's video. So I have not been clued in on this side of it. So this will be interesting to see Beckett. And it seems like he's the main topic of the conversation too, like he calls in, so this will be cool to see.
even tried to reach out, yet they were the ones who posted videos outing the whole thing. The only information they have comes from Aaron leaking all of Pixie's messages. They are only working with secondhand information. In Sunday's video, leaks out direct contact with Destiny against their best interests. In comes President Sunday and Beckett. Neither of these people had direct contact with Destiny, Kyla, Pixie, or anyone else involved in this story. They never even tried to reach out, yet they were the ones who posted videos outing the whole thing. The only information they have comes from Aaron leaking all of Pixie's messages. They are only working with secondhand information. In Sunday's video, he says,
okay, so it's basically that he should have reached out to like the core people involved first instead of just going forward with your video to like just try to get out the story fast.
Based on one person's testimonial. Okay, I do not remember seeing any serious evidence within that, but it's been a while. Okay, it just seems like they're taking one person's word. And in my video, yeah, you'll see Queeman, the video that none of them covered. Yeah, it's there. Them Beckett and Queeman talking about the compromised status of Willie Mack. They almost like reverse this. Like the secondary evidence, Queeman goes into this whole little speech about how Willie is the one who doesn't even know what secondary and first hand. He just attacks the credibility and the believability and just assumes he goes with Destiny's narrative. Like with me, because I don't stream all the time and put all my thoughts out, because I think that's dumb personally. I think you should let information out when it's something defensible. And if you have something in the hole and you're still waiting on something to drop, it's fine to hold on to something if you can get a bombshell by keeping that connection up. You shouldn't try to trick them like Himpleton did with Jar or all the op stuff. It's not that sometimes op shouldn't be implemented, but if it's done just for clout, like it seems to be a trend of happening now, I have questions about that. It just creates a snitch culture. I said this earlier.
Asked if only like secondhand straight raid DMs. Okay, gotcha.
Pixie's silence was bought and
Beckett made the mistake of going on not just one but two calls where he fumbles horribly. Beckett's main cope is, oh, there was a time factor. I had
Jar did much worse. Oh fucking hell, Jar
had to release this video, which is just
assuming he isn't just completely lying out of his ass. And the thing about this, how can Jar be a retard and pull off all these ops? It's just like the oxymoronic. I don't believe Jar is capable of pulling off ops that Beckett said in his video.
For Destiny paying for her law school, leaving all the other victims out to dry.
Pixie has since said nothing publicly. There has been no evidence of legal proceedings being pursued, and she has seemingly ceased communications with the people she was previously working with, instead posting on X about taking the LSAT in pursuit of law school. It appears as though her attempt to extort Destiny has probably paid off, albeit at the expense of every other person Destiny has victimized.
Dude, this is just so clearly a tactic to shit on fucking Pixies to justify like this video coming out, man. Fucking President Sunday sucks so bad.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much does Lyrics have the lowdown? Does he have the knowledge, or did he just call it right?
This is just like a brutal showing from this guy. This guy completely fucking sucks. Yeah, who cares if the girl's like expressing suicidal thoughts, suicidal tendencies that she's going to go through of killing herself if this gets out to be like a big story and people find out. Who cares about that? Okay, I'm just going to go through it anyway. Roll the dice.
In the past and will victimize.
I mean, like you just can't justify that. There's like
he's dating. Provide some details.
Did President Sunday reach out to Pixie one time to see if he could go live with this video or to confirm that the draft was canceled or anything like that?
No, he didn't.
It is so incredibly selfish of Sunday and Beckett to insert themselves into a situation where they take agency away from Pixie. Because one, she's pursuing legal action.
I don't even know why the fuck Beckett made a video. Like, what is Beckett's video? This is like the thing I'm most interested about.
Okay, let's jump ahead.
Jesus. Fuck Destiny and President Sunday?
I said this during the interview section. Hey, Willie. Hassan was already talking about this on the Saturday. It's the idea that this wasn't reaching a wide audience. The idea that people hadn't figured this out right from the off. I don't think it's fair.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Hey, Willie,
Nobody gives a presence.
Yeah, it's coming out.
But the big problem I have with your guys' videos, well, Sunday's video more so than yours, Beckett, is that he just completely slanders Pixie. He assumes that she takes the bribe to stay silent and endangers all future victims.
Okay, I feel redundant going over this stuff, but because this is in my video, okay? I covered this in my first video. It might be highly satirical, but it doesn't mean that I don't say anything that isn't true. It's just framed in a certain way that is done. Okay, I'm gonna offend a lot of AI haters here because I'm not gonna watch it. I watched this whole stream, and this. Let me use AI instead of a mind. Let's see if it works, because this is going to be an interesting sort of thing. Summarize the video from experimental, everyone. Let's see if it gives me something similar from this. Because even within that lyric stream, maybe I should go back afterwards to point out the spicy chat. Spicy chat seems to be a occlusion here. So summarize the video. Food chops drama. She definitely seems like a pedo. And Spidey chat. Okay. Lolly, who knows? Maybe she was trying to be a Mr. Girl fan and fuck herself over. Who the hell knows? That woman. Yeah, woman, trans. I'll go with that. She definitely seems like she's just trying to climb the ladder also. A lot of these people are. A lot of people are more obvious, like Food Shops, Kinetic Cal. Queeman, of course, okay. He does it in a weird way, okay. Accusations about transphobia. Let's see if anything particularly pops up. No, this is not as good of a summary. So this feature isn't that great at the end of the day. But yeah, the oppression, because Beckett explains what Queeman is confronting Beckett on in this particular stream is the fact that Beckett didn't actually push back hard enough. He agrees with the people about fucking spicy chat, but gives a little bit of pushback why everyone's like, fuck spicy chat. They're all fucking degenerates. It almost seems like a baiting tactic, like a lolly tactic. Like if you say you like little girls and you want to fuck them and you want to twist that in your mind, I'm joking about the little girl being people misunderstand that and call you a pedo. You're like baiting people to call you pedo when you make jokes like that. And also, of course, Queeman, again, you can watch my first video where he defends the position of throwing out the pedo accusation. I have a whole section. I'm gonna end up fucking rambling. What the fuck? Okay, parody account incoming. See, I was not sweeping. Why do these retards, just the retards, keep on trying to frame this when most of my coverage has been about Queeman and Beckett? And I think Beckett's fucking coverage, along with Kumo, was horrible. Okay, and if it was a court of law, Jar would have gotten off on entrapment charges. Okay, walking into them. Okay, see, I have a liberal perspective. I think someone deserves a defense. Jar, as dumb as he is, deserves some sort of defense for certain points. Entrapment, he was definitely fucked up. He walked into it like a man walking into rates. And that's the last time I'm going to bring it. I don't want to play hard defense for Jar. The man he's much bigger and he can do what he wants. But I haven't heard. Okay, I had this whole section. Might as well read it out. Yep. Highlighted a few sections in my video that, yeah, I don't think calling pedos or SAMs or other variations are very funny of that. But they seem to like to use those things as memes. Something designed for their followers, like sweeping, like running, to easily use against those who target them. I'm not even going to claim that they're intentionally doing it. You pick up things from other people unintentionally. If it works, people will see that these sort of things work. optically, tactically, and they'll start to imitate it when they want to, grow into the seed. I try to avoid that. I think I play into it a little bit. You can't really help it being on social media, picking things up. They should be given, with these sort of things, if these things are jokes, they should be able to give a good answer to why they are actually funny. Jokes should have a punchline. I think these jokes of theirs, what's funny about them is when they cause people to spurg out in the commentary communities or freak out. So then they can start calling them crazy. Like they definitely seemed like they were doing with Tommy C and a lot of other people. Or even if that doesn't really work, the sort of fall off thing or lost their touch or, Tommy C is sort of checking out, retirement man sort of meme there. Yeah, it seems to be the only reason to turn those jokes or memes was to really get under their skin. But yeah, end of the day, there's another point I really realized is Queeman likes to use the sort of same sort of tactic as lolly defenders. Like you're calling them pedos. Yeah, they're coming off. They're jokes, guys. Yeah, just yeah, okay. But yeah, that's that particular matter there. So we'll go to this next point.
Yeah, she's kind of an up-and-coming YouTuber.
Freaking!
There's not just simply.
Stop shifting on me. Stop.
Yeah, she's kind of an up-and-coming YouTuber.
Kinetic Cal?
Why you know her?
The whole section.
To today's lesson.
Here's the Himpleton section. Okay, we got the Himpleton section. So shifting over to this.
Do you guys want to talk about your channels?
Yeah, it's just a channel now recording. And I'm also on Sharp from the Point every now and then too.
We've got Cope and Seeth, and I'm also a co-host for Now Recording.
So it's my understanding Matt is better versed on the early Himpleton, and Becky's better versed on the later happenings. So Matt, do you want to just kind of give us community channel consensus on things, or where do you kick off his channel?
From what I remember with Himpleton is during the whole Mama Max drama last year, Himpleton kind of started popping up in the community. And it was because that he had done a video on Mama Max. He was like a former Mama Max fan who was slowly trying to expose Mama Max himself before the Nicholas Diorio and all the other stuff was happening. He was the one that was basically exposing Mama Max. I wouldn't say he was a notable figure on Lyrics live stream, but he was definitely coming on a lot to help the Mama Max.
Himpleton released a video.
Context for this, for anyone watching now or in the future, is the whole sort of thing that Himpleton got into is he said he was Lyrics co-host. He's now the producer for Salvo. So very interesting sort of ties, Himpleton. Yeah, I was a mod in his Discord for a brief bit. I didn't do any mod stuff. It was already insane by the time. It's fallen apart. The small commentary saga goes over a small part of that. Morale and that shit.
Video called Pomnigate, which was going over kind of like the Elsagate stuff, but with a different cartoon series, where he was saying that they were making loads of sexually explicit content. During that, he shows a thumbnail which he claims is child porn. It's it's like clips. He did censor the video, but then he sort of sulked off and whatever. And then the first opportunity he got, he tried to have Queeman on to debate on the same side as someone called Flamenco. He sort of hated in the community for good reason, basically talking about a content creator called Tiger and whether he was a lolicon. This was clearly a setup that Himpleton was pulling, and that was the first inkling.
That was a setup. I don't even think Himpleton could have gotten Flamenco to get in a debate. Okay. The way Beckett's framing this is really fucking weird. This could be written off as a joke, especially with Himpleton's jocular sort of personality. Off the charts, man.
That's one of the first times I'd ever really discussed Himpleton with anyone. Because I called Queeman about it. I was like, what's your take on this guy?
the way you explained it was really funny because it was like, hey, you want to debate, bro? And Queen was like, I don't know, I guess. And he's like, all right, cool, your partner's flamenco.
Yeah.
We're meeting tomorrow.
That's really accurate, actually. I gave him the advice on another content creator called Romantic Goblin, that Goblin was a liability. That basically, she was a liability. If he kept interacting with her, eventually she'd cause problems for him. Then he went to Goblin and posted, I think his exact words were, a ton of bigger YouTubers are telling me to like cut you off, or they'll make up rumors about the Discord. It was just a fucking lie. And it got back to me, and like through.
How did it get back to him?
Multiple groups that had heard this fucking rumor being spread. And I was obviously.
I'm just trying to figure out how Beckett got this information. Did Romantic Goblin drop that? Interesting. Or did Himpleton do? He self-incriminated.
Very, very fucking pissed off when he did this. Aiden wanted to do a fireside chat with Himpleton, which would have been his like 7th one or something. So I jumped on stream, and then he was like, "No, I'm gonna get Himpleton in the call. I'm gonna get Xylee in the call," and started this call up. But the reason that happened was I just released a video on the Silly Bear group and the shit that happened there. But in that, I took a load of shots at Himpleton. So Himpleton freaked out because suddenly there was a video taking shots at him, and he didn't know what to do. He sent me an apology. He copy and pasted that apology and then sent it to Xylee.
Do you guys think people like Himpleton reflect onto mental health issues and trauma when they are confronted with their behavior?
I think it's just like a habitual thing a lot of people do in this community. A lot of people in this community are mentally ill, and they use the internet as like an
Yes, this is the only time that I can find that I agreed with Matt Pitt. A lot of the commentary, especially the Spurgs, no shit, Sherlock. Colton washed out after he got some of the sort of Mama Mac stuff. Everyone in this sort of small space, well, not everyone, sort of washes out with this. This whole thing about Romantic Goblin stuff, Beckett advising Himpleton, I guess, to cut ties. It's sort of funny, given how he's dealing. They're calling Beckett a sweeper for him. And I think they have a much better case for that than trolls in the chat.
Outlet to get all their issues from the real world out onto the internet. They have a hard time keeping like a guard up. When something goes wrong, their instinct is to kind of use their issues. I guess it is manipulative. I guess it would be like if you're in a relationship, you and your girl get in a fight, and then you go, well, no, look.
Oh, but he's getting help. Lio's getting help. He's getting professional. What help? Do you know? No, I don't. He's just saying, taking his word at it. Why? I don't understand. Lio is a liability, Beckett. You told him why? Romantic Goblin has no following. She has nothing to gain. Lio does. A connection with commentary. Well, not commentary, the ACC. I'm still a powerhouse, despite all his fuck-ups. Okay.
What? When everything
Moving
transpired, I
on
did not know what the UTC
okay. Some context for this in particular, because I'm going to need to get it. You know, I didn't think this video would be worth watching. I heard about it, but I was wrong. The whole grilling of Bearquay, who even I know is a troll, about Toastify is intriguing. Why it's intriguing is, with this particular thing, for anyone who's watching and doesn't know,
blackmailing. No, I'm not.
The blackmailing angle here. Okay, there's a whole Himpleton was on the stream, the crash out. A lot of people covered that. Okay, that's most Queeman. I have this here, not going over this. Most Kino content creator crash out ever, where basically Bearquay was trolling him. And Himpleton was like, oh, you're trying to blackmail me. I sort of, on the down low, got a believable story from Bearquay, and I don't think he had blackmail material. He sort of had blackmail material on Kinetic Kel, though, okay, and released that on the pretty much deleted lyric stream where that shit went down. Probably the craziness got lyrics to be like, fuck you, commentary people. I'm doing my music shit. But that's just a theory.
Joking. Blackmailing Toastify because I had them added on Discord.
Why do you have Toastify added when you know he doesn't like you?
What does Toastify do with this?
It has to do with you throwing him in here because you thought it'd be funny. I want to answer my question. I don't want to be more much trolling.
That's
not what I asked you. Not what I asked you. Focus on what I asked you. I asked you, why is he on your friends list when you know he doesn't like you?
What do you think?
I don't know. I'm asking you. Why don't you answer the question? Why don't you answer the question instead of trying to obfuscate again? Much mouth. How's that sound?
I think you have an opinion. You just want to tell me.
Cool. I want the answer from you. I want the answer from you.
No, what about opinion first?
Why don't you tell me the question? Why don't you tell me the answer to the question first? How's that sound? I think that sounds great. Why don't you do what the adult tells you to? Follow what you're in your life.
Oh, you should tell me what you think first.
No, you're going to tell me why you have somebody who you know doesn't like you at it. Because regardless of what I think of Toastify's previous actions, if I find out you're menacing other people here, I'm going to make sure it's worse for you. So if I find out these people are added on your little chat here because you intimidated and harassed them, it's going to be worse for you.
Do you think
Because if you're not telling me, all I have to do is go by my assumptions. I'm giving you the courtesy of giving your side of something before I immediately make an assumption. So why don't you follow through with that?
This guy thing. Oh my god, you're so religious.
More avoiding instead of answering.
You asked the dumbest thing to get surprised when I don't answer. When I ask you a stupid question, you don't answer, but it's your turn.
Oh, brother, I've asked you multiple solid questions that you absolutely avoid or pivot from. Don't even. I've asked you multiple solid questions.
Fuck you, Bearquay, with this edited.
What religion do your parents follow?
Nothing that's with
Is it Islam? Are they Muslim? Is that it?
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, it did.
Oh, I mean, bros.
What theology? Simple question.
That's a good question. Okay, that is a very good question. Why are these questions relevant? Okay, Lyo's just throwing all this shit at the wall. Of course, Bearquay sort of brought this on himself for trolling, I guess, Gilded Poo at the end of the day. So he's not without sin at fucking hell. But as I said, mental health all around. Lyo was groomed by hopeless peaches. I don't fucking believe that. Okay. I don't. Okay. A grown man fucking being groomed by a fucking younger woman. It just seems like such a bullshit thing. This also has an interesting bit about which I recommend anyone watching
I have a second entry. Then again, the man already has a criminal past, so I'm sure exposing this won't bother him one bit. Granted, I make no claims that he'll be convicted for any of this, but it is a gross misdemeanor, at least according to the law.
He would say how he was grifting off the old beef and that the copyright strike was only over a 10-second clip that he used of him in his video, showing that Dan manually reported it in the process. He would then show an email that he sent directly to Dan that he's going to go through with legal action if he keeps things up, with Dan replying that the strike has nothing to do with fair use but how he used his content in his video, while also vaguely threatening legal escalation himself, before Lyle rages on about how he never de-escalates stuff and that he hunts predators and will always keep things rising until the other person backs down.
Danobi Ortiz, I want you to pay very close attention to what I'm about to say. Do not ever try to play that game with me. I don't de-escalate. I go full scorched earth. My goal is a peaceable man. I am far more comfortable with conflict. I've been hunting actual predators for years now, and I've been dealing with lying clowns like you my whole life.
Lyle would go on to say how his clip was fair use, even showing how Dan didn't even sign his name properly in the initial YouTube copyright strike.
I didn't notice this at first, but my pal Coyote Lovely did, and we had a good laugh at your expense, Danobi. Thank you for your stupidity.
The strike would obviously get dropped due to Lyle's video not being copyright, and Dan would give it one more shot at getting the video taken down by filing a privacy complaint to no avail. Lyle would end the video off going on an unhinged rant over this rather mundane situation to begin with, so take a listen for yourself to really grasp what we're dealing with here.
You claimed earlier that you were protecting your family by hitting Michael with that privacy notice. But the truth is, the biggest threat to your family is you, because you will raise a generation of kids that'll share your same lack of moral conviction. The best thing you could have done as a father is learn from your criminal past and do better for your kids. Instead, you just moved those old bad habits onto a new platform. Make no mistake, Danobi Ortiz, your channel is a cancer, and it is my fullest hope that this video causes your channel to plummet. For those of you upset about that statement, don't worry. He has a full-time job. I know what your job is, homeboy. I even left you a voicemail when you filed the DMCA. But I'm not going to contact your employers about this. I probably should, but I won't. Your sins are yours, and it's within the scope of YouTube and the collectors community to address it. I will not attack you by forwarding this to your workplace. While you're a human piece of garbage, your kids don't need to suffer because of your evil anymore.
See, this is off the chart, unhinged fucking behavior. And when he gets fucking pressed, he throws it. Coyote Lovely, he fucked up, okay? And he probably was fucked up. He creates this fucking culture where you're pressing, okay? A lot of people are covering a lot of the fucking shit about Lyo Convoy. I don't need to jump on that, okay? But at the end of the day, he is completely deranged, okay? There's also a whole little bit that I was going to put about Ace Space, but let me not go into little guys, okay? He's bigger than me, but sheesh, he has at least 3 different channels. Oh, yeah. What got me on that particular little bit there was the manic thing.
Really expecting when I started YouTube.
Definitely connected in on this. Like, here's one of the channels I didn't pay attention to really. Okay, but is he got Brian? Yep, some Kumo crap that I don't want to get into. Yeah, Ace Needs Sleep, another one of Ace's channels. Why do these guys keep needing to hop along? He was with Clappy Seal. Yeah, you can't see this, so Ace Needs Sleep. Might as well put that up on the screen. We got just a idiot comment section. Is there anything else I really need to get into? Yeah, I didn't think something's through completely at the end of the day. I think I covered everything. Oh, except for the Perry stuff. Let me go back and do that real quick. Okay. Might seem like a jump. The whole sort of Perry stuff, which sort of ties into a point that I had in my check notes about how they weaponize their friendships with each other. Not that particular thing. Go in here. Yeah. Okay. Let's go here. Go. Other people covered it better, like Tommy C. So let's just take a look here.
Like, I have to take everyone out. I have to take everyone out. But no, you're just like, when he says I'm taking people out, it's just upholding the standards that he's set for himself. That's all it is, right? It's like
Queeman's still making it about Nick, even though Aiden, who might actually let me not put out my thoughts on that.
Criticize other people like a Cheeto for, or was it a Cheeto? I think so, right? Fucking up the Sniper Wolf story or whatever it was, saying, oh, people should call him out. Everyone around him should be calling him out. Talk about, Caffles and how when she fucks stuff up,
Lyrics did it, okay? When did Nick do any of this? Evidence, Queeman?
Should be called out by everyone around her. Now, the transcript is self-policing. Wax poetic about the stuff. And then went up.
Yeah. Communities should self-police so other people don't have to come in and step in. But the spicy chat sort of place, they don't believe in that. They believe in acting like they've been attacked and making other people who are sympathetic on the line, like Beckett. Like Beckett in all this, I don't know. He could be just in over his head. Okay. There's several illusions that maybe he drinks a lot in a couple of places.
When it comes time to self-police himself, all of a sudden it's a fucking chore. All of a sudden,
how's it a self-police? You trying to put social pressure on him, you and your little circle trying to pressure him into responding to Willie Mack's video. I think his tactic is fine. Even if I disagree with Tommy C's take on a lot of things, like he gets a lot of little things wrong here and there, the spirit of his criticism and what he says seems to be true.
And it's being dragged, kicking and screaming. Literally the last guy to do it. Like, I don't mean audience captured retard. Dude, that's literally what you're doing.
Okay, I'm sure there's more. This guy has a lot about this. I'm definitely an A-logger. Here's my particular thing. Okay. That's not really adult content, but I don't need to put it on here. Actually. Boop, boop. Okay, yes. How he twisted around. Queeman, he's still trying to make... Dude, look how quickly they switched. No. New evidence. Queeman came in. He got it. He got the man you've been going after or wanted to go after so relentlessly, apparently. I don't even know if that's true. They assume the worst and pretend like it's obvious when they did nothing to prove their baseline assumption. They built more on top of that false assumption. It definitely seems like a false assumption to me, not proven at least, trying to make sure no one can see the crap that everything was built on. And there's some meta commentary with this picture. I'll let you take your imagination here. And let's see,
Willie Mack
last
ally.
thing.
Nicholas has been a staunch Willie Mack ally for a long time. He's watched pretty much, I think, all of his videos on stream. He was saying how Willie Mack was mistreated by people recently. And now Willie Mack has put out an absolute fucking gutter tier shit video. And Nicholas doesn't want to watch it on stream. Just feels a bit like, hang on a minute. Like, you've been fucking shilling this guy. And now he's done something which should absolutely be criticized. Your boy Auggie is in the fucking firing line. Like, I don't know, man.
No, what fucking Willie Mack said about Auggie seems mostly correct. Okay. None of them recorded the call. They can both have their own sort of recollection of that. Yeah, the ultra internet autist can go super into detail and focus on cherry pick arguments to sort of support it, but attack seems to be the way of Queeman. And you have Beckett, who's retreating probably to a rather bad place, and he's hiding the fact. The whole wig thing in the jar video is ironic now that I found out that he got paid to make his first video on Demon Mama from Brianna Wu. At least got a tip from her. He might have had more. He sort of alludes that it's his partner who liked Brianna Wu at the time, Jenny Matrix. And there's his editor, Max Striker Films, who Queeman brought up at the end of the day. It's just a shit show. People connected, but pretending like, they have nothing to do with each other. They have criticism of these guys, but no. We're not going to focus on that. We're going to do this complete pivot to make it about something else we perceive or imagine or create in our heads to sort of control the narrative at the end of the day. And, well, I'm going to check. No DMs. Chud, there's 2 people who said that you wanted to speak to me. Obviously, you didn't want to speak to me that badly that you couldn't DM me. Me, who don't do this for a living. I do this for a hobby and for research, of course, and for practice for a couple of different things. At the end of the day, you don't want to talk to me. That seems very performative, and that's all I'll say on that. Peace out. Bye-bye.